Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your friendly executive supervisor, Justin, calling, and I'm here to talk to you all about the Song of the Year. Song of the Year is an annual Sing Out Song Contest celebration. It's our opportunity to look back at all of the songs that have been entered in the contest so far this year and to celebrate the ones that we like the best. It's our opportunity to remember the good ones, the bad ones, our favorites, the ones that just missed out on their opportunity to shine. And it's a contest as well. Of the hundreds of songs that have been entered this year, only one of them will earn the title Song of the Year 2015 and succeed last year's Song of the Year, which was Alive, not Alive, it was Super Love, performed by Dami Im from the Republic of Korea. So, if you're new and this is your first year participating in Song of the Year, welcome. We're excited. I hope that you participate. Of course, it is not required because it's December and there's traveling and all that, but I hope to give you some information about Song of the Year in this little information session, and of course, much more information will be made available to you in the days and weeks ahead. The rules are different for this year. Slightly different format for Song of the Year, so I'm going to explain how everything is going to work. First of all, we've broken down the whole process into phases. The first phase is going to be the host city bidding process. Now, just like the Olympics or the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, the countries that participate in Sing Out Song Contest can bid to host Song of the Year. It's basically your opportunity to show why your country deserves to host the big super final contest, and the best one gets to host. So if you are interested in hosting Song of the Year in your country, stay tuned for information. The second phase is going to be the song selection. Now, everybody will get to choose a song to send to Song of the Year. It's going to be slightly different from last year's rules, and I'll explain more of that in a moment. Phase 3 is going to be an open voting period. I'm kind of calling it a semifinal. I don't really want to call it that, so I'm giving it the name open voting, and I'll explain that in a minute. Phase 4 is going to be a final, a big spectacular grand final, and of course, Phase 5, the super final, where we find out which of the songs that made it through is going to be Song of the Year. So let's get started with some explanations. The host city bidding process. Anybody who's participating in the contest can bid to host Song of the Year. And it's a process that you come up with different ideas, you come up with a different plan, and you submit it to me as a bid. You have to submit all of the following. You have to choose a city, of course, a venue, you have to choose presenters, you have to choose a theme or a motto, you have to create a logo, and you have to write a written proposal. The written proposal I can explain to you in the days and weeks to come, but all of these things you need to come up with and submit to me if you want to have the bid considered. So I will accept bids beginning at midnight on the 1st of November, and we'll stop accepting them at midnight on the 10th of November. So you've got about a month to start putting your bid together. If you send it early or late or it doesn't have everything, I won't look at it. And then the players will get to vote on your favorite bid and decide which country will host Song of the Year. I'm not expecting to get very many, but if I get more than 3 to 5 bids, I'll prepare a short list of 3 to 5 of the best ones and then let you vote on those. So, of course, like I said, this is just very general information. I will give you plenty of more information about every step of this process in the days and weeks to come, but this is just to get you excited. The next phase is going to be the song selection. Now, in years past when we did Song of the Year, all of the winners were entered into Song of the Year, and then you could nominate songs that came in the top 5. I've changed that a little bit to give everybody else an opportunity to participate. So how it's going to work this year is every country that's participated at least one time in the contest this year will send a song to Song of the Year. Now, when you think about that, there's been about 60 countries that have participated in the contest this year. Every single country that's taken part this year at least once will get to send a song. Now, the heads of delegation of active countries, if you're playing in the contest right now, you get to choose which of the entries you send. And it doesn't have to be an entry that you yourself submitted. If you took over a country from another HOD at a midpoint in the year, you get to look back at all of the entries from your country this year and choose which one you want to send. And you only get to pick one, so it's a hard decision. It can be the one that did the best. It can be the one that didn't even make it to the final and you just like it the best. It's totally up to you which entry you want to send. For inactive countries or for countries that are active but the head of delegation doesn't want to participate, we're just going to go with the song that got the best ranking. And if 2 or more songs tied for best, then I'll make the decision which song goes for the inactive countries. So every single country that participated in this year is going to send a song. The 10 winners of 2015, the 10 winning songs are automatically entered in as a bonus. So if you are a head of delegation of a country that has won this year, don't choose your winning song because it's already in there. You have to choose a non-winning song. That's the only restriction on your choice of songs. And also, I will begin accepting your selections of your songs at midnight on the 23rd of November and close on the 29th of November. Now, that 29th of November deadline is a hard deadline. I will not accept a song selection after that date, that time, and your country, if you haven't chosen your song, will just be considered inactive, and whichever song got the best score for this year will go in its place. All right. Like I said, we're going over this really quickly, but more information will come soon. Next is the open voting period. Now, once all of the songs have been chosen, and like I said, there are going to be about 60 of them, the open voting period is going to narrow that field down to 25. And here's how it's going to work. Anybody can vote, even non-players. So I'm going to publish a link to the voting form. You can give that link out to anybody. You can share it with your friends, your family, really get people to vote. And they can vote, anybody can vote. They don't have to be a part of the contest. Also, you can vote once per day. So if you vote every day if you want, you can tell your friends to vote every day if they're willing to vote every day for you. You can send one ballot per day every day of the open voting period. The voting system will be called approval voting, and I'll explain more about that as we get closer to it. But basically, you can vote for as many songs as you like. You just have a list of all 60-some songs, and you just tick the box of the songs you want, and the songs you don't, you just leave blank, and that's how you fill in your ballot. The top 25 songs will advance to the final. So that I will take all the ballots, and I'll see which ones got the best approval rating, and the top 25 will go to the final. Now, the voting period begins at midnight on the 30th of November, and it ends at midnight on the 4th of December. Now, that's only 5 days, not a very long time, but that's why you can vote once per day, and that's why I'm letting anybody who wants to vote can vote. So put the link on your Facebook page, tell your friends, tweet about it, really get the word out if you want your songs to be voted into the final. Speaking of the final, the next period is the final. This will feature the 25 songs that you voted in through the open voting period, and it's going to be classic Eurovision, 12, 10, 8 through 1, all that good stuff. Anybody can vote, or sorry, not anybody can vote. All the HODs can vote. It's optional to vote, though. You don't have to vote if you don't want to. Hope you will, but it's not required. The voting period will start at midnight on the 5th of December and end at midnight on the 14th of December. So you've got 10 full days to listen to the songs and vote. And the top 10 songs will make it through to the super final. Now, again, I know I'm going through this quickly, but there's going to be a lot more information about this. I'm going to create a mini site on the webpage so you can get all this information at your leisure. Finally, the super final is the last part of the Song of the Year. And the 10 songs from the final that got the highest points will compete in the super final with the proviso that it will be just one per country. So if you get 2 countries in the top 10, sorry, the lower ranking one will not get to compete in the super final. Let's just keep things fair. Votes will be done under instant runoff voting, which I will explain to you as we get closer, but anybody who knows me outside of running this contest knows that I'm kind of a voting system nerd. So I will explain that in painful detail. The voting period will be from midnight on 17th December to midnight on 27th December. And the votes will be released in a big grand super final on New Year's Eve. So, like I said, this is real quick. This is really cursory information, but I wanted to get the information out to you so you could start thinking about the Song of the Year with enough notice. So anyway, enjoy the rest of the contest, Sing Out Song Contest 26, and I will give more information to you about Song of the Year very soon. Thanks.